Hold on. Got to see if my headphone levels are up all the way. Yes, they are. All right. Need to do a little bit of a test with you guys. All right. So, trying to get the lighting all set up correctly here. I am casting a pretty big shadow from my big ass fucking head, but I want to see what you like. Do you guys like the backlight here? Let me turn this off. Wait for some people to get in here. Do you like the backlight on like this or off? Or am I getting too much glare? See, the next time I get glasses, what up, CPU sad guy? Hey, did you email me the other day because I wanna chat with you a little bit about some stuff if I could. Yes, I would love Raymond B. Yes, please. I would love the constructive criticism. I'm always down for that. Please, I look. I am never going to be one of those radio hosts that thinks they know better than the supporters. So what I'm trying to say is like, yes. I mean, I'm never ever going to get pissed off at anybody that has a suggestion to be able to help the show out. I'm just being dead honest. So please let it rip. That's why I like doing these live streams. I like to be able to connect with you guys. While I'm waiting for some more people to get in here, don't forget the Tuddle mic is hot. What about now? Is it a little bit better? Might be riding it a little too high. How is that? Is that better now? Getting a little lazy with my microphone use. Anyways, as always, the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream is brought to you by IanHannahHomes.com. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, or you know somebody that's wanting to buy or sell a home, it's crackling but good. I'm not hearing it in my headphones. I got to get a new cable for it. But if you're in the market to buy or sell a home, go to IanHannahHomes.com. The guy is a whiz when it comes to virtual reality tours and is also a perfectionist when it comes to drone footage. So go to IanHannahHomes.com and definitely do that. David Rivera. See, David Rivera just knocked your chat right out of the way, and I can't even read it now when it came in. God damn it. Can you, how about you just email me the suggestion, please? But I'm not complaining. David Rivera, thank you so much. Right now, don't forget, yes, it is actually freezing here as well, too. For Florida, it is. I wonder if that'll be a little bit better. I turned the, for some reason, I had the defroster running, and I probably think that had to do a little bit with the noise. All right, so you did, definitely. What can you type that up there for me real quick, Vulture? But yeah, IanHannahHomes.com. Tell them Tuddle sent you. All right, so I did a Twitter Spaces today. You guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, one of the things that I am wanting to do is start doing the Twitter Spaces. I want to do the Twitter Spaces because I'm actually able to interact with you guys. Your inconsistent schedule. Yes, I do agree, and I'm getting better at it. You got to understand. I talked about that a little bit on my Twitter Spaces. No, no hate at all. I completely agree with you. And my producer Vulture stayed on my ass about it last week. You guys got to understand, last week I just was in one of those valleys. You got to understand, somebody that deals with I don't know how you get notifications, but I do send out tweets to let people know about them. But last week I was in one of those valleys. I knew because tomorrow is my birthday. Thursday is Thanksgiving, and then you got the holidays coming up. This is the first time in my life that I'm having to go through my birthday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas without my pops. So you got to understand, last week I knew what this week was coming. And I was just kind of down. I was not in the mood to deal with this week. And I know I don't want anybody to think that I'm special. I know everybody is eventually going to lose a parent or both parents, definitely. No, I did not. I would love to. I'm sure Mancow was a little trolling, but who knows? Yeah, send it to me. I would definitely love to play it. But yeah, last week I didn't do any of the live streams, and I do apologize. But I've been doing extra content this week. I've been doing the Twitter Spaces. I've been uploading, doing the live streams. Vulture is back from his military service, so the daily shows are being uploaded to YouTube. Tuttle, how much money for me to help you now? What do you mean by help me now? I mean, I know that I need to upgrade what I'm doing to be able to take it to the next level. I don't understand what you mean. I mean, if you want to, you guys can super chat money if you want to donate money here, or you can always go to my PayPal, paypal.me/Tuttle on the radio. If you guys would like to donate, if you don't want to do it through YouTube, you can easily do it that way. You can donate anything you want to, Raymond B. Like I said, you can find that little dollar symbol right below the video, and you can super chat money depending on where you're listening from. If you're listening on your smartphone, I guess you could do it very easily from there. Or you can go to my PayPal, paypal.me/Tuttle on the radio. Yeah, I know. I would love to be able to take live phone calls. That's why I'm going to start doing some of the Twitter Spaces, because people can interact with me while I pitch a topic, and then I can include those on my daily podcast. I need to get a board. If I can get a board, I think that I will be good to go. Then I could probably take some phone calls. I got an extra spare phone. I got a Google Voice. Maybe I can connect that to the board. CPU Sat Guy, I mean, if you can help me out on a limited budget, tell me what I would need for the bare minimum to get this ball rolling, and I would definitely love to hear what you would think. You know what? That is a really, really good board that Bubba does have. I would be interested, but I'm sure he would want way too much money for that. As you can tell, I kind of put some product in my hair. I shaved today, moisturized. It's crazy how much. Raymond B. Yes, Raymond B. I promise you, I will definitely be more consistent. I promise you. I'm even going to do some shows during the holiday. I'm going over to my good friend Lennon Murphy's house. She used to be a nationally touring musician. I've been going to her Thanksgiving with her family since I got divorced in 2014. I have not missed a year. So I'm going to see if I can get her to do a live stream with me tomorrow or Thursday as well. What do I got planned tomorrow? I think my mom is... Yeah, it sucks, man. You know, if I'm just being honest, everybody said as time went on, it was going to get a lot more easier. And it has. But the more time goes by, you know what really is a kick in the balls is Facebook memories. Holy shit on the Facebook memories. Because like today, what was it? I was like, me and my pops were about to sit down and watch a football game, and I was like, holy crap. You know, also, I don't want you to think I'm one of those, like, overly active sports fans that gets pissed off whenever their team loses. It's not that I was getting pissed off that the Gators were losing this year. You guys got to understand. But still remember that awesome, funny show you did on Real Radio One Night of the Blue. It was like a sci-fi. Yes, I do remember that. Actually, that's a funny story. That's a real funny story. But first, let me finish the Gators thing. I was kind of sad to see Dan Mullen go, but it needed to be done. They're talking about Bob Stoops, who used to be the defensive coordinator for the Gators when they won their first national championship, won a championship with Oklahoma. I would love to see that hire. I don't know. But that was the one thing me and my dad shared. Even when I was working over with Bubba, I would drive over across the state every weekend during college football season. Never, ever missed a game with my pops. Never did. So, back to that one thing. You brought up that show that I did. I wish I still had those. Man, what I would give for those shows. It was right after the Hideout. No, was it the Hideout? Yeah, it was right after the Hideout, who was doing nights at Real Radio 104.1. They ended up getting let go, and then they were bringing in Buckethead. Tom Delaney coming in with $5 on the super chat. Yes, I am going to get a haircut. I'm getting one when I'm in Tampa. I'm going back to the tight fade. I'm going to go over and see my guy, Bezo. He's a friend of Colton's. Does a great good. He produces hip-hop rap videos in Tampa, but he cuts hair on the side. So we go to his house, and I'm going to see if I can get a fade going because the hair is getting a little out of control. But back to that show that I did, the Hideout ended up getting fired, and then Jason Bailey, Buckethead, was going to be doing nights. And I got to give Russ credit. Even though it put me on the spot, I was nervous at the time. They were like, hey, this would be a great bit. Russ said, hey, let's give the night show to Tuddle. Let him host Monday through Friday because it was going to be a week before Jason Bailey started at Real Radio. So they let me end up doing nights. I had to do 4 hours from 7 until 11. I didn't get a board up. I had to run my own board. No call screener at all. Live phone calls, unscreened. Had to host the topics. Nobody to talk to. It was the first time that I've actually did what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing, hosting the shows by myself. And I got to tell you, I was crapping bricks. It was one of the most nervous times. But I got to tell you, a lot of the phone callers called in, and that was great. I love, a lot of radio hosts thinks that it's a crutch to be able to take phone calls. I think that is the great thing about talk radio, being able to connect with your audience, get their feedback, and just be able to mix it up. Like it was kind of cool to be able to take live phone calls because some hosts, they will. I will say, Bubba never, ever, ever. Matter of fact, if you disagreed with Bubba, you went straight to the front of the line. He would pitch you up there right to the front of the line if you were hating on him, and I like that. I've never understood these other news talk shows like Fox News. I have a way to take them now, boss man. You do? Okay, well, maybe we can figure that out. I'll talk to you after the live stream. Or I mean, wait, we can't. I don't know. I mean, if you can, I'll figure it out. I'll talk to you right now. I want to get into the show, but one of the things that my light turned off. Oh, hold on. I know this is real ghetto. Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. One of the questions I wanted to ask, okay, and I'm not going to mention the name of the park that I live. That's why I call it the Hobo Fish Camp. But I wanted to get y'all's feedback on something. Man, that sounded really redneck when I said y'all. I want y'all's opinion. I've been noticing lately the guy that owns the park. We have a big row of mailboxes out here. There's about 62 lots. Funny, 62. B-Fud. What up, B-Fud? But we got 62 mailboxes out here. And the owner of the park, the past month or so, I see him out there, same time, every single day, opening up every single mailbox. What are the rules to that? Unless he is putting a letter in our mailbox to tell us about some changes going on in the park, which we've never, ever got those. The only time we ever got a letter from the guy that owns the park was when he was trying to kick me out last year. And that was a notice of eviction, which I wiped my ass with that. I had a great lawyer that actually, put a halt to that. But what are the rules on that? Is the mailbox mine? Does the guy that owns the Hobo Fish Camp, is he allowed to open up my mailbox unless he's putting something in there? I know for a fact I don't think he can actually, go through and look at the mail. My mom orders from her AARP. She gets every other month she gets $100 to spend on this catalog that she can pick up, like wet wipes, baby wipes, lotion, ibuprofen, all that good stuff. And the box, you could tell that was sent to my mom, had been opened up, but they had just put tape. They taped it back up. Exactly. It is, and I got something very, very important coming in the mail that's actually going to benefit everybody. And I don't know. I just wanted to get your feedback, and I would love. I'm actually gonna call Franklin the mailman when I get done with this and find out what the hell is it illegal? Yes, I do have a Sibian that's coming. The first, well, no pun intended, coming. That I was thinking, now that my dad's gone, I mean, why? I don't know, because my mom does not want me to cause any problems with the guy. So I'm just trying to figure out if I'm in the right or I'm in the wrong. Because if I'm in the right, I'm anonymously going to go to the post office and figure out what's going on, because that's some complete BS. But back to the Sibian, I guarantee you, the first person that I'm going to get on the Sibian, now that my dad's gone, come on, guys, my mom. How many of you guys would like to see old Mama Tuddle on the Sibian? I mean, she's not going to be nude or anything. She can wear like some basketball shorts or something when she's sitting on it. I'm just saying, come on, my mom has needs too. Is that something you guys what? Come on, Vulture. Giving me the hands up. All right. I gotta listen to the producer. If you guys want to get mad, be mad at Vulture. Just trying to have some fun. I was actually do not end this stream. Can you even end this stream? Well, I think you can, because you're on my account. But, I think it does make me a good son. I'm looking out for mom. Just saying. All right, all right, I'm going to move on. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Made a bad, inappropriate joke the other day, or on yesterday's podcast, actually technically today's podcast, about the guy that drove into the Christmas parade. Like, it is a tragedy, but I would love to know what type of SUV that was, because I'm being dead serious. Because if you're able to run over at least 50 people, killing 5, and that thing was still running until they ended up throwing out the stop sticks, it's a pretty well-made SUV. Just saying, people. Like I said, it is a tragedy. It's a big, big tragedy. But, you know what? Healing through humor, like Bubba said, I don't think any jokes are off limits. Like, I really do think that this scumbag that ran over all those people, they got proof. Why do we even need to have a trial for him? We need to put him up against a brick wall, let one of the family members, matter of fact, the Dancing Grannies, get one of the oldest members of the Dancing Grannies, rev an SUV up, and just ram that bitch full Talladega matted into the wall and be done with him. Why even have a trial? We know he's the one that did it. They caught him right after he did it. So it's not like we need a trial. Save everybody a little bit of money. And just like I said, let one of the Dancing Grannies that he tried to take out, just smash him flat down to the surface, up against the wall, and we'd be done. Just saying, people. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all out there, but I would like to hear from you guys. If you guys, there's a couple of ways you can get a hold of me. Did you have any issues that were not resolved with your pot? No, actually, you know what? No. We did have an argument earlier in the year, and he apologized. My dad was very, very stubborn at sometimes, but he did. He knew he was wrong. I apologized. It was a mutual thing. But for the most part, everything was was resolved. You know, the one thing that I did, well, I think I did. The one thing that I wanted, because you got to remember, the whole time my dad was in the emergency room in the hospital, he really didn't know what was going on. And that went on for like almost a month until he passed away. He would talk, but it just was a lot of gibberish. I really do feel like his wires were crossed. You got to remember he'd been dealing with diabetes for a really, really long time. And I just wanted him to tell me that he loved me one more time before he passed. And I'm sure that he did. Yeah, it was probably over a month, if you're right, Vulture. I've been trying to block a lot of that stuff out. But I wanted him to tell me, I wanted to hear him say he loved me one more time. And I know that he did. Because, like, I always told my dad, every time I got off the phone with him, I told him I loved him. Every time I left the house, I told him I loved him. Every night when he went to bed, I told him I loved him. And, you know, you would think my dad being the tough guy, he wouldn't be wanted to see. I'm already getting a little emotional, but it always was. And there was one time it came out, and it did sound like he said I love you, but I also think some of the things he was saying that weren't making sense was him actually trying to tell me that he loved me, but it just was not coming out that way. And that's the only unresolved thing. But I mean, he couldn't help it. He couldn't. And I know that he loved me. But I think it's something that, every child wants to hear. Yeah, I know Nelly Mandingo. I know that I do. And the thing is yeah, I've been having a lot of dreams about my pops. I have. And they've all been good. They've all been good. You know, last week when I was depressed and I was sleeping the whole time, my mom was asking me, well, I'm going to get really choked up on this one. My mom asked me why I was sleeping so much. Thank you, Bounty Hunter. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Bounty Hunter. But my mom was asking me, and I'll leave you with this. My mom was asking me why I was sleeping so much because I was down last week. And I told her, I said, the only way that I can see dad is in my dreams. And I said, that's why I'm sleeping so much. I'm down. And the only time I can talk to him or see him is in my dreams. So, yeah, good stuff to end the show on. Anyways, guys, I want to thank everybody that donated tonight. I promise you that I am going to start being more consistent with the shows. I just had a bad week last week, and I apologize to every one of you. It shouldn't be an excuse, but that's just the way that it was. And I do apologize, but I'm going to be doing a lot of content every single day, and I'm going to get on a schedule because I want this content that I'm providing to grow on a daily basis. All right, I'll give you a call, Nedley Mandingo. Thank you, Vulture. Anyways, guys, I'll be on tomorrow. New podcast is available. My interview with Bruce Sackman. He is the author of he's the author of a book called Murder Behind the Curtain. Sorry, I gotta get my bearings. He is the author of Murder Behind the Curtains. It's a book about medical serial killers, doctors and nurses that have racked up death tolls of like 100, 200 people by just poisoning them, insulin overdose, also air bubble in the IV type deal. And some of these people will get to like double digits before anybody even catches on. So it was a really, really interesting interview. I did with Bruce Sackman. He's the author of Murder Behind the Curtain. Hope you guys have a great night. Hope you guys stay safe, and I will talk to you tomorrow.